Hello. Nice to be with you guys today. My name is Miss Tabatha, and I'm with the Gilborden Public Library. And today we are so excited to share with you a program that celebrates World Read Aloud Day, which is today. So happy World Read Aloud Day. We're so excited to be sharing all month long some great stories with you all. So be sure to catch some of the other World Read Aloud Days and stories that are shared this month by librarians at Gilborden. I also want to highlight another really great program that's happening later tonight on Facebook Live that it's going to be starting at 6 o'clock. And we have some really great stories being shared by our Director of Security. He's going to be reading All Because You Matter by Tammy Charles. And then the Elgin City Council member is going to be reading I Believe I Can by Grace Byers. So Corey Dixon, our Elgin City Council member, is going to be reading that. So be sure to check out if you are interested in hearing some more stories being read aloud. That's happening later tonight, and that starts off our program called Black Voices and Black Joy. So that's going to be a great one. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of fractured fairy tales. So fractured fairy tales are kind of takes on normal, the regular fairy tales that some of us might be familiar with, and they take them and turn them on their side a little bit. So this first one that I'm going to read to you is called Snow Pony and the 7 Miniature Ponies. And this is written by Christian Trimmer, and it's illustrated by Jessie Sema. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a pony who had a coat as white as snow and a mane as black as ebony. As you can see, the combination was quite spectacular. And her name was Snow Pony. Children came from far and wide to see Snow Pony. Not only was she pretty and sweet, but she was also exceptionally good at braiding hair and line dancing. All children loved Snow Pony, and she loved them all in return. That's not entirely true. She didn't particularly like this one. Hi, so glad you came. As long as we're being honest, Snow Pony did have a favorite. Charmaine lived in the house on the farm, and besides being gentle and kind, she had a lovely singing voice. Along with Charmaine's dog, Hunter, don't be fooled by his name, the only thing Hunter hunted was belly rubs. Snow Pony and Charmaine would put on shows for the visiting children. To be fair, there was one animal who did not like Snow Pony. Her name was Queenie, and she was jealous of all the attention Snow Pony received. Queenie had special talents of her own, or so she claimed, and was eager to but she knew she would never have the chance unless she got rid of Snow Pony. Uh-oh. The opportunity presented itself one day when the gate was mistakenly left unlocked. One by one, Snow Pony ate the apples Queenie had placed in a trail that led deep into the forest. Oh no! What do you think? Do you think Snow Pony's going to fall for the trick? Let's find out. Before long, Snow Pony was completely and utterly lost. She was also grumpy, agitated, irritable, and ill-tempered, all consequences of eating too many apples. Slowly, Snow Pony began to realize that she had been tricked. The sun was beginning to set, and the forest became darker and darker. Snow Pony was scared. How will I ever find my way home? She wondered. Thankfully, just then, she stumbled into a clearing. And found herself at the entrance of a stable of modest stature. There she discovered 7 bales of hay, 7 troughs, 7 carrots, and 7 stalls. Usually, Snow Pony would have noticed such important detail, and maybe even connected it to a story about a princess and some dwarves Charmaine had once told her. But at the moment, Snow Pony discovered a cabinet full of sugar cubes. I'll just have one, she thought. Feeling safe and warm, Snow Pony settled down in the 7th stall and was almost immediately asleep. She must have been pretty tired. Not long after, the owners of the stable returned home. There were 7 miniature ponies who, aside from being adorable, were also very observant. Somebody's been nibbling at my hay. Someone has been drinking from my trough. Someone has taken a bite out of my carrot. Someone has eaten 77 sugar cubes. Someone has been sleeping in my stall, and she still is, and right on top of my favorite blankie. The miniature ponies had never seen a pony so beautiful or large. They agreed to let her sleep. The next morning, Snow Pony awakened to the sight of 7 pairs of eyes watching her. "Oh my," she said. "Don't be alarmed," said one of the miniature ponies. "You are safe here. What is your name?" "Snow Pony," said Snow Pony. She told them how she had ended up lost in the forest. "That Queenie sounds like a piece of work," she said, one of the miniature ponies. "You are welcome to stay as long as you want." That's very nice of them, right? The miniature ponies explained how they each contributed to the success of their stable. "I gather water. I take care of the bees. I'm a tax attorney. I collect honey. I tend the herb garden. I grow the carrots. And I keep the sugar cabinet stocked. I've got my eye on you." Snow Pony thought about her duties back on the farm and she smiled. "I can help too." What do you think she's going to do? Let's find out. The miniature ponies had never been happier. Snow Pony too was happy to have so many new friends. But none of the miniature ponies could hit the high notes like Charmaine. Seems like they're having a good time. Back at Snow Pony's stable, the children had never been less happy. Queenie had taken Snow Pony's place, and the kids found her talents to be a bit wanting. It looks like they're doing scrapbooking. Charmaine shook her head. "This isn't good, boy. We need to find Snow Pony." "I am in full agreement," replied Hunter. Let us depart at once, and with my keen eyes and sense of smell, we are sure to find her in no time. And what a sight for sore eyes she will be. Oh yes, a joyful reunion we shall have." Of course, what Charmaine heard was, "Bark, bark, 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 bark." Still, she recognized something in the dog's eyes, so the two raced off into the forest. At that very same moment, Snow Pony had made a decision. "Dear miniature ponies," she said, "I must return home. You have been wonderful friends, but I miss the children, especially Charmaine." The miniature ponies were devastated. "Please don't go. You have brought so much joy into this house," said one. "My mane has never looked better," cried another. "I'm so close to learning the electric slide," shouted a third. Snow Pony looked into their sad, adorable eyes. "What if you came with me? There's plenty of room on the farm. Charmaine and I could work you into our act." The miniature ponies considered her very tempting offer. "What about our stable here?" asked the miniature pony, who was also the tax attorney. "Well," replied Snow Pony, "you could always use it as a weekend home, or maybe you could rent it for short periods of time to miniature ponies visiting the area who are looking for something a little more cozy than a hotel. I heard that's very popular these days." The tax attorney's eyes lit up. It settled then. "We will join Snow Pony on her return home." And with that, Snow Pony and the 7 miniature ponies ventured into the thick forest. Branches grabbed at Snow Pony's mane, and briars snagged at her ankles. The miniature ponies who had never traveled this far were faring far worse. The group stopped to rest. "I will run ahead to see what I can learn," offered the miniature pony, who also took care of the bees. Just a few minutes later, he came speeding back. "We must hide! I've just seen a hairless monster who walks on 2 legs and a slobbery beast with sharp fangs." Snow Pony and the miniature pony scrambled to get out of sight. Snow Pony's heart was pounding. The rustle of leaves and the snap of twigs announced the arrival of the monster and the beast. The beast began to bark, and the monster was singing. The sounds were terrifying and familiar. Wait a second, Snow Pony thought. She peeked out from her hiding place. Could it be? Who do you think it is? It was her beloved Charmaine and Hunter. She raced to her friends, and the three of them embraced. Snow Pony, said Charmaine, I thought I'd never see you again. Why did you leave us? My dear Charmaine, I would never willingly leave you. I was tricked by that mean old Queenie. She lured me out of the stable and into the deep woods. I became oh so lost and oh so scared, but I thought of you every day and dreamed of this very moment. Of course, all Charmaine heard was, nay, 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 nay. You can come out, Snow Pony called to her miniature ponies. This is Charmaine and Hunter, a child and a dog, not a monster and a beast. You guys really need to get out more. One by one, the 7 miniature ponies revealed themselves. Oh, goodness, exclaimed Charmaine. You brought some friends. Charmaine, Snow Pony, and Hunter finally and happily returned home with the miniature ponies in tow. And from that day forward, life on the farm was better and busier than ever. Children came from even farther and wider to see the pony, with a coat as white as snow and a mane as black as ebony, perform alongside her best friend and 7 miniature ponies. Snow Pony loved all the children as they loved her. Well, except this one. And what happened to Queenie, you ask? She was put to good use. Making posters. The end. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I have one more to share with you today, and it is called The 3 Ninja Pigs. And this is written by Rosen Schwartz and illustrated by one of my favorite illustrators, Dan Santad. The 3 Ninja Pigs. Once upon a dangerous time, a wolf loved to huff and to puff. He'd go around town and blow houses down, till 3 little pigs cried, Enough! We've got to get rid of that bully. We're tired of letting him rule. We must put an end to this terrible trend. Let's train at that new ninja school. Pig 1 took Aikido to learn a few basic techniques. He gained some new skills, but got bored with the drills and dropped out in less than 2 weeks. His brother, Pig 2, took jujitsu and learned how to block and to punch. When that wolf comes to knock, he'll be in for a shock. Kia! I will eat him for lunch. The teacher said, excellent progress, but Pig-son, you must study more. Pig 2 said, no way, sayonara, sensei. I'm ready to settle the score. Uh-oh, do you think that's a good idea? Think he's ready? Pig 3 chose the art of karate and rose bright and early to train. She got in the groove and mastered each move. The cartwheel, the crescent, the crane. She balanced and blocked like an expert and practiced her lessons nonstop. By the time she was through, she could break boards in 2 by performing a perfect pork chop. For months, she persisted in earnest until she had paid all of her dues. How happy she felt when she earned her last belt. Soon after, the wolf paid a visit to the littlest straw house of Pig 1. Stay out of my hut or I'll kick your big butt. I'm telling you, you'd better run. The wolf took a giant step forward. Oh yeah? Come and get me, he dared. Pig 1 made a fist. He swung, but he missed. I'd wish I'd been way more prepared. The wolf chased Pig 1 to his brother's house and hollered, "Hey, pigs, let me in." Pig 2 yelled, "Retreat, or you'll suffer defeat by the hair of my chinny chin." One puff and the wolf blew down the door. Pig 2 did his best flying kick, but whoosh, the wolf dodged, and the pig's foot got lodged. We've got to get out of here quick! The chase carried on to their sisters. Pig 3 was outside in her G. "I'm a certified weapon, so watch where you're stepping. You don't want to start up with me." Pig 3 faced the wolf and bowed deeply, for ninjas are quite polite. "Quit huffing and puffing, and I'm not bluffing. I warn you, I'm willing to fight." She then gave a swift demonstration with backflips and butterfly kicks. The wolf looked quite shaken, but hollered, "Yo, bacon! I'm not at all scared of your tricks." Pig 3 helped heap some bricks into a pile. "I'll show you what else I can do." With one mighty whack, she split the whole stack. Pig 3 said, "That could have been you." The wolf saw that he was out-rivaled. He took one last look at Pig 3. "I love to eat ham, but I think I should scram before she makes minced meat out of me." The brother pigs high-fived their sister and watched the wolf vanish from view. They cheered, "Ninjas rule! Let's go back to school so we can be ninja pigs too." They devoted themselves to their training till each proudly earned a degree. 3 pigs, full of mojo, then ran their own dojo, and life was forever wolf-free. The end. Those were such great stories. I hope that you all enjoyed the World Read Aloud Day. And like I said, make sure you check in to some of the other things we have going on later this week and also tonight and all throughout the month of February. So hope you have a good night. Thanks for joining in.